Hello everybody, Ashes101 here, and a very warm welcome to another episode from the KrankyKraft server. And as dawn breaks, we are back at the labyrinth. And there has been a nice little chunk of progress. I got a nice surprise this morning. As you will see if I stand here, the eagle-eyed of you may spot that there is a few more of these little cobble and redstone looking contraptions popped up on the top level here. And yeah, that was my nice little surprise today when I hopped on, was that BDA has he's been a busy beaver. He has been, oh yeah, that's a good view actually from here. Look, you can see he's been on and he's been putting together all those reward chest locations that we did in the recent episodes. He's gone round and he's put them all in, including the little note block chime and everything. So really great. Not only that, he's done all the wiring, all the... Whoa! That's not what I meant to do. Oh, I need to get back up there. Yeah, he's done all the... there you go, all the columns, all the pillars going up for the drops. And what? I don't even know where to aim. Is it that bit? That's like straight up. Hey! Well, we got it. Yeah, so he's done all that, and he has done all the rails as well, and this looks really great. He won't mind me showing all this because obviously there's nothing new here. He's showing you how to put together the one. I think that was the first one, wasn't it, over there? So you've seen all that. You know how to put them together. So this was just obviously expanding it out. But look at this. Look at all this rail. A lot of work gone into this. Good job, BDA. And if I come across over this way, you would need. He actually showed me earlier. He popped on because I was busy working down there in the labyrinth itself, completely unaware that all this had been done. And then he popped on. He said, "Hey, come and look." And I was like, "Yeah, amazing." And actually stood up there. You need two people for it, you see. So I stood up there, and he set all of these off, and all the carts there went shooting off all in the different directions. Looked really great. I'm sure we'll get an opportunity at some point to show you all that. But as you can see, it's only half of one of the four sides of this has been taken up by that. So we'll head in. We'll show you the inside. Fell down again. We'll show you the inside, which is, I think is it that one? Yeah. Show you in here. There's obviously all the decoration stuff needs doing, but here we go. Looks very fancy. This gives shape to the room as well, actually, having it like this. But here we go. All the chests along here, and they're all neatly labelled up. Reward chest number 1. So anything you drop into there, I won't do it because you have to go all the way to the place to all the way back down to the cart. Because anything you put there goes straight back into the cart. But yeah, you can drop anything in there, and then they each have a corresponding button behind them. It's easier if I look along here. Maybe should make them wooden buttons so they're easier to see quickly. Then again, you know they're there. I don't suppose it matters too much. So yeah, you spin round, drop whatever you want in there, spin round, give that a tap, and the corresponding cart will shoot off and drop anything in the reward chest there. Reward chest trap 1, so that's the corresponding. You remember as you look. Say if that's the reward chest there, you remember that there is about where this button is. You got the little dispenser that will shoot something at you and try and get you with something as soon as you access it. And that's the same for, he's done it for all 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and all the corresponding traps as well. So 12 already done. And as you can see, excuse me clearing my throat there, all of these though, all of these are still free, still available for use. And these ones will mostly... Oh, I didn't see this. Reward chest 2 trap. I think that's wrong, because that's over here, isn't it? It's probably a tester or something. Yeah, they're the proper ones there. So yeah, all of these ones here will be used for the various sort of standard traps that'll be around in the corridors. The only thing is he can't do those yet because we haven't put in any standard traps. But that will be coming. That will be coming. It's on the list, you know. But they can pretty much go anywhere, you know. It's not too important. You just, as long as you don't cluster too many in one place, because otherwise you'll hit game balancing issues. So if I head over this direction, I can show you what I've been up to, because all of that was BDA. But over here, I've been continuing work on the base that we were working on previously, which is just here. Now the first thing is this whole room here. This has been added. I've built this in. There was a hill here, so that had to be taken down, and then I've put the room in. And this is for green base, the room where you will arrive, like the outer base, if you like, as opposed to the inner base. You remember how I explained, I think it was 2 episodes back, how each base consists of 2 rooms, one inside the lab and one outside of the lab. And this is where people will come in. Easy to show from the inside, actually. Let's hop in. I've got a little hole here. Okay, so this is your outer room. So over here is where people will arrive by rail. Over here will be where you have what we call the dressing room. You remember that one where you step into it and dispensers issue you with 5 random items to start your life off in the lab. And then you'll have the 1, 2, 3 and 4 beds on this side. So that's the room for this one. Not started on this one yet, but what I have done is, if we come in here we go. So this is your actual green base inside the lab, and this is what we'll hopefully be finishing off today, pretty much, or at least enough to that we can move on to something else in the next episode. So what we have, let me walk you through. This was the original creeper door that we had, so obviously I've put in one just the same on the other side. Had to just slightly adjust because this one leads straight onto this staircase here, so I just had to slightly adjust this so we don't, but basically you just don't have the glowstone, the redstone lamps there. They weren't required because we've got some nice handy ones here which keep all this adequately lit anyway. So I've just used a couple of half slabs there to give that flash of green above the door, and I think that looks fine, and I think it's consistent enough with the theme, so that's alright. Man, I'm hungry today. Food's going down fast. Okay, and then in here we've got this thing which I tried explaining very badly again a couple of episodes back, but just to clarify, so this is the chest that belongs to the base itself. And in here this will be used for things like this is my building storage at the moment. It just has a load of crap in it, but basically this will be used for like when we do capture the flag and stuff like that. You might be able to think of other uses for it as well, but I'm basing it around capture the flag mode basically in its functionality at the moment. So this is a hollow tube. So you'll be able to drop things down into it just like it's a reward chest basically. From the control room you'll be able to drop down things into it, and you can't see very well, but there is a gap underneath there as well, and you will be able to empty it out down to the collecting station at the lower control room, which I believe is what BDO will be working on next, he said. So, and basically how I'm seeing this will work so far, because there was an idea, you remember I asked you how it might work with the capture the flag, and now Kirok, he had an idea which I'd completely forgotten about, but he reminded me about it, which I thought was really great, and it was to use the flags, use pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. Pumpkins, that's right, pumpkins, and then if you come, like say I'm from like one of the other blue team or whatever, and I run in here, and I go in here, and there's a bunch of pumpkins, and I grab one out, and I have to get that back to my base, I have to then put the pumpkin on, wear it, so that anyone on any of the other teams, as I'm running back, trying to get back to blue base, as I'm running along, anyone from any of the other teams can see that I have the flag, you know. And that made me think of, you know, like Unreal Tournament I used to play years back. And the player who had the flag would have a, you know, big ass flag and be running along with his big flag waving along, and, you know, ripe for snipers and stuff like that. And I thought that was a really great idea, and I thought that was ideal. The only thing is, it's open to one or two floors. It's open to one or two floors. To do with, like, say, you know, obviously, like, this one would have, they'd all have pumpkins in, and you could just take one from that one and put it in there, and then score with it from your own base or whatever. Let's say a lot of the labyrinth relies on sportsmanship, so I don't think that would really be a problem, but I don't know. But then Cranky, he came out with another idea, and I think this might win out. Because he said, for the flags, why don't we use the coloured blocks themselves? And that way, you can't score with one of your own ones. You would head in and you would pick up. I think you'd probably, for the scoring purposes, you'd probably be looking to collect colours of your own, like blocks of your own colour from the other chests. So this one in here, for example, wouldn't have any green blocks in it. I would need to go to any of the other 3 bases, and each of those would have some emerald blocks in, some green blocks. I collect one of those. That's the other sportsmanship thing. You know, if there's 6 in there, you have to only take 1 per visit. I don't see a way around that. Not in survival like we are now, without some complex system with maybe a dropper or something that you can't reach. Like, you know, you press a button here and it just drops a 1 down, but then you could keep pressing the button, and it would keep dropping anyway. So I don't know. I can't figure out a better way of doing it that doesn't need to rely on sportsmanship so much. But as I say, I'm not so bothered about relying on sportsmanship. That's fine by me. So yeah, you'd be looking to go to one of the other bases, collect a green block, and bring that back here, and that's your flag. And I kind of like that idea. It means that the player who has a flag isn't visible, and you could have multiple players with flags at the same time. I think I'm okay with that. You know, we're not coding it from scratch here. It doesn't have to be a pure FPS capture the flag type mode. You know, we can adjust it for the purposes of the labyrinth and within the constraints of Minecraft. So I think that's fine. Oh, that felt like a rant. Now I believe I have. While I'm banging on, let's make a start here, because I've got the I've got myself stuck, I think. Yep, trapped. There you go. I got these redstone lamps underneath here, but never got around to lighting them up. So we'll pop those on. I did at first. I had this kind of OCD thing going on where all the levers had to be facing the same way, but I've given up on that now. It was just unpractical. So we'll just whack them on. That's right, I think. That's right. Lovely. Let's go in there. And we should be able to take down these torches now. And that's the lighting for the room all sorted. Very good. Yeah, so that covers, anyway, that covers what that is, what it's for. So it won't always be used, you know. If you're just doing if we're doing like a standard sort of deathmatch or team deathmatch, or like some kind of faux ultra hardcore mode or something like that, obviously you won't need flags or that, so that will just be unused. But it's fine, it's there to be used as it's needed. What else? So yeah, obviously you can see all of this. I've flashed all of the walls with the colour of the base here, and I was thinking it needed more green, you know, because I was trying to differentiate it. I was looking in here and I was trying to differentiate it, because this room, You know, obviously I used the emerald blocks as per the style I set myself, leading into this base, and then so for in here it needs to be a little bit more, and at the moment just having those on their own is pretty much the same. So I was thinking these, oh no, not that one, but these ones here as emerald blocks all the way through, I think would be a very nice addition. This is the last of the emerald blocks as well, so I don't want to go too mad with them because I really don't have any more. There was a temptation because it would be practical with the other color blocks, but to have all of these, see those one, all of that square to be green, all of that square to be green, every block behind there to be green. I'm not sure, but I don't think it would be too much. It might be, but that would require, just to finish this room alone, that would require another 2 stacks, I think, of emerald blocks, because you got, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 more required there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those panels. That's 32. Or maybe 1 stack more. 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Yeah, close to a stack more then of emerald blocks, but that's still a lot. That's still a lot of emeralds, and even if I had those, I think it might be too much. It might be too much. So we'll leave it like this for now, and I think that looks good actually. I hadn't tried it out. Thought we'll do it in the episode. You won't see it that well. You can see it through the eyes there actually. I didn't think you'd be able to see it at all. I thought it would line up with sort of that little block off there. That actually works pretty well. How far back does that work? Probably not up here. You won't be able to see it at all. As we drop down. Hey, that's not bad, is it? It's kind of like green eyes for the creeper. Creeper, I said that weird. That'll work for the other colours too. Hey, that's okay. Yeah. I like that. I think that works. I think that's a good use. That's like another 10 emerald blocks there, but I think that's a good use for them. And I think that gives a lot more green to the room, doesn't it, in total? Yeah, I like that. Okay, very good. And then I think the only bit I've not really covered with you is then this bit. You'll see this bit is recessed with the torch in there. And I think I covered it before. This is when I was brainstorming. Yeah, that was it. The episode was called Brainstorming. It's that one if you want to check it out. This is where I thought of it. So if that's where you deposit your flags or whatever item you're looking for. So if I've been to blue base over there and I'm running back, I've got one of the flags. Let's say it's, yeah, there we go. I've collected an emerald block from the blue base over there, and I'm running back with it. It just occurred to me then, could you have a rule where you should have the emerald block in your hand if you're running back? Because then that's not a bad rule. It's open to abuse, yeah, but it means you're vulnerable because you can't be using your bow and you can't be using a sword. All you can do if you come across somebody else is punch them. So it would require if somebody had a flag, it would require possibly that they get protected a bit more by their teammates and stuff like that. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. It is very open to abuse though, or just people just forgetting. So I'm not sure about that. But anyway, for the sake of argument, let's say I'm running back with my emerald block collected from another base here. So I'm running back, and boom, I throw it in there. Okay, I'm hoping I didn't open that out. Yeah, no, there's a flaw there. Good. That's the idea. That's the idea. You throw that in there, and obviously under there will be hoppers. Probably not there, but take them out, and the next block down have hoppers, just so nobody can reach in and grab anything out of them or anything like that. Yeah, that will obviously remove the block, and that will take it along. And what I'm thinking is, I think it's doable. But it will be complicated. But I'm thinking if that's the case, what you could do then is you could have one of Pug's systems for counting blocks. Now, if you're not familiar with Pug Nation, it's Pug Nation 12. If you're not familiar with him, link is down in the description. He's one of the newer server members, but he's doing really well with his channel, really well with his videos, very entertaining, and he's one of our now resident Redstone geniuses, if you like. And he has, I couldn't direct you to the video, but it appears in a few of his videos I think that I've seen. But he's had this system that will, it's like a storage system, but it will only accept a particular type of block. Basically, the crux of it is you have a hopper that's like rammed up with rubbish, and it will just accept only like one block. So you can set it to emerald blocks, and it will only take emerald blocks. And I'm wondering if that could somehow be used to, every time it receives an emerald block, it pulses a redstone signal, and you could hook that up to a scoreboard, and then recycles it and sends it back into one of the chests, sends it back to the control room, so that the games master can reissue it to a chest as desired. That is well beyond my area of expertise, but I think it's doable. I think it's possible. Right, very good, very good. So that's all that explained. Let's see, we got the flooring there is done. We've got that bit done. The ceiling is very plain. The ceiling is no good. And I was thinking, that makes me jump every time I stand on those things. I was thinking about stone slabs to somehow give it, let's see, what would they say, edge this off, something like this, take this out. It'll involve pretty much ripping out the whole ceiling, I think. It's actually not that many blocks now. Take this out and something like that. Something like that. Let's have a look. That would come around like that, all the way around. Should have made more of these. That'd be like that. And then, just enough to fill in what I dug out there. Thinking like that. That looks... yeah, that looks good. That gives another little bit of texture to that one. It just means that there's only a 1 brick tall little edging around the top of those emerald blocks. That looks nice. And then it's gonna give a pretty unique feel to this. I wonder if that's a little flat though. Trying to get an impression of it when I don't have I should have filled in a bigger area of them. It actually looks alright. Because there's plenty of texture around the edge of the room there with the stairs. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, alright, I'm going to fill this in and I'll be back. And there we go. Okay, so all the ceiling filled in with the slabs there. I was feeling it felt a little bit flat, but I've added this little accented sort of U shape around that side, because it's actually offset because of the way it is. It's actually offset sort of 1 block this way. It's not an odd number of blocks, so there's only a two gap behind there. But you could have that actually. You could have that instead. Just join it up there. That's nice. Yeah, okay, I think that looks better. And then I'll just have these base rooms with just pure stone half slabs at the top there, just to add another little unique style element to them. So again, it's easily identifiable. And I think there we have it. Bang. Lovely. So that's pretty much it for this room. Obviously it needs the wiring for this chest, all that doing, and then it needs the wiring for the, I don't know, drop-off point, whatever you'd call that. But apart from that, I think, yeah, that finishes off this room. Now, basically quartz base and the quartz white base and the redstone red base are basically exactly the same as this, so I'm going to be able now to go around and do them just the same. But the blue base, that's a little bit different. That's the chest there. This bit here, this leads not into a room this size, but into an actual proper room. It's one of the unique things about blue base. So we'll see. We'll still be able to, obviously we'll have to incorporate this in the same way, and probably even want it the same number of blocks away from the doorway here, so that everything's fair and even in that sense. But it's going to have to be incorporated as part of a larger room, so that'll be interesting. And that's probably one of the things I'll be working on next. If you've got any suggestions, any way you think this room could be improved, or indeed for any other part of the labyrinth, please feel free, leave me a comment down below, and obviously just leave a like as well if you enjoyed this video, which hopefully you did. So as always, I've been Ashes101. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.